All right, let's get into it. When you think of ancient Egypt, what's the first thing that pops into your head? It's the pyramids, right? These colossal, sand-swept triangles piercing the sky just outside modern Cairo. For centuries, we've stared at them, climbed them. Though, honestly, don't do that. It's illegal. And dug around them, all in the name of one giant question. Why? Why did an ancient civilization pour so much time, energy, and resources into building these mountain-sized monuments? The easy answer, the one you learned in school, is that they were tombs. Giant, fancy headstones for the most powerful people in the land, the pharaohs. But is that the whole story? I'm here to tell you that the deeper you dig, the more complex and fascinating the answer becomes. These structures weren't just about death power and a connection to the cosmos itself. The tomb theory is, without a doubt, the foundation of it all. Egyptologists have found sarcophagi, burial chambers, and hieroglyphs that all point to the pyramids being the final resting places for kings like Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure. The idea was to protect the pharaoh's body and his treasures for the afterlife. This wasn't just any afterlife. It was an eternal journey where the king would join the gods. Let's dive deeper. One of the most exciting ideas, the pyramid as a spiritual machine. The ancient Egyptians had an incredibly rich and detailed vision of the afterlife. It wasn't a vague, cloudy heaven. It was a real place, the field of reeds. The pharaoh's goal was to reach it and become one with the gods, especially Ra. To do this, his soul had to ascend to the circumpolar stars, the imperishable ones. The pyramid wasn't just a monument, it was spiritual technology. Its shape, a ramp to the sky, a literal stairway to heaven for the king's spirit. Ancient texts like the pyramid texts, inscribed inside later pyramids, give us vivid insight. The world's oldest religious writings, a book of spells and instructions for the dead king. They describe the pharaoh climbing a ladder to the sky or flying up as a bird to join the gods. The pyramid is the physical ladder. Its smooth white casing, now lost, would have gleamed like a solidified ray of light, a direct link to the heavens, a focal point for the most important journey. Think about the internal structure. The passages and chambers inside the Great Pyramid aren't random. They align with cosmic targets. The famous shafts in the king's and queen's chambers point toward Orion and Draco, stars with immense religious meaning. Orion equals Osiris, king of the underworld, symbol of rebirth. These weren't vents. They were soul passages for a celestial voyage. It's like a 3D star map locked into stone. The body needed a safe place, but the soul needed a flight plan. The pyramid provided both, a stone sarcophagus for the body, a rocket ship for the spirit. Every block, every passage, every angle engineered to ensure the pharaoh's transformation, a fusion of engineering, religion, and astronomy. Not just a burial place, the start of eternal life. And that changes everything. Now let's talk about power, because if the pyramids were anything, they were the ultimate power move. In a world without skyscrapers, television, the internet, how does a ruler show everyone he's the absolute boss? You build something that will outlast everyone and everything. You build a mountain. The sheer scale sent a message impossible to ignore. I am Pharaoh. I am a god on earth. My power is eternal. Think about the logistics. Tens of thousands of workers, millions of blocks, transported and set with astonishing precision. Only a ruler with complete control could pull it off. But this wasn't just ego. It solidified the Egyptian state, uniting Upper and Lower Egypt under a single, divine leader. It gave thousands a common purpose: farmers, laborers, stonemasons, architects, and scribes, all serving a project believed essential to stability and prosperity. The pharaoh's successful afterlife journey guaranteed cosmic order, the rising sun, the flooding Nile, embodying Ma'at, truth, balance, justice. Imagine arriving in 2500 BCE, days on the Nile, then 3 pyramids break the horizon. You'd be awestruck and intimidated. Without a word, you'd know you were in the domain of an immensely powerful, wealthy ruler. The pyramids were instruments of statecraft, propaganda written in stone, declaring stability, technological prowess, and a divine mandate to rule, visible daily to Memphis. Not just tombs, not just gateways, they were anchors of the Egyptian state, symbols of power so immense it could literally move mountains. Let's get specific. The genius is in the details. The precision is staggering. This wasn't piling rocks, it was sophisticated engineering and deep astronomy. The Great Pyramid aligns to north, south, east, and west, within about 1/15 of a degree. More precise than many modern buildings, without compasses, GPS, or satellites. The answer lies in the stars, celestial methods to find true north. One technique, the solar gnomon, track a pole's shadow through the day, mark the shortest at noon, and draw your north-south line. Or track a northern star's rise and set, then bisect the angle to find true north. Patient observation and solid math. Alignment wasn't for show. It integrated the monument into divine order. The Orion correlation theory suggests Giza mirrors Orion's belt, and the Nile mirrors the Milky Way. Whether or not you accept it, it reframes Giza as a cosmic plan. The perimeter to twice the height approximates pi. Multiply the height by 1 billion and you get the average Earth-Sun distance. Coincidence or encoded knowledge? It all suggests scientific understanding we're still appreciating. The pyramid built not only on the ground, but to the laws of the universe. A stone equation pointing to eternity. So, who were the masterminds and the muscle? Forget the whip-cracked slave myth. Archaeology shows a skilled, well-fed, organized Egyptian workforce with purpose-built towns, bakeries, breweries, fish processing, feeding thousands. Skeletons show Egyptians, not foreigners. Injuries treated. This was a valued national workforce. Inside blocks, team marks and nicknames, camaraderie, competition, pride, like modern crews tagging a beam. Full-time artisans and engineers, supplemented by seasonal farmers during the Nile flood. A labor tax turned into construction power. The pyramids are a testament to organizational genius, not oppression. And the exploration? Far from over. In the 1990s, the Upuwat 2 robot, opener of the ways, climbed a Queen's Chamber shaft nearly 200 feet and found a sealed limestone door with 2 copper handles. A decade later, Pyramid Rover drilled a pinhole, peeked in, found a small empty space, and another door, inches beyond. The mystery deepened. Newer snake cams revealed red ochre builders' marks, intimate clues from the original masons, untouched for millennia. Then in 2017, cosmic ray scans detected a huge unknown void about the size of a passenger airplane inside the pyramid. Hidden chamber? Construction corridor? We don't know yet, but the quest to find out is the greatest adventure on Earth. Each new tool peels back another layer, bringing us closer to the builder's minds and methods. One narrow shaft, one faint red mark, one hewn trace at a time. There are over 100 pyramids across Egypt, and they all tell the story. It began with Imhotep and Djoser at Saqqara, stacking mastabas into the first great stone monument, a staircase to the heavens. Sneferu's bent pyramid taught hard lessons. The Red Pyramid refined them, paving the way for Khufu. The age of giant pyramids was brief. Later rulers built smaller, often mud brick cores, many now reduced to rubble. Priorities shifted toward hidden decorated tombs in places like the Valley of the Kings. Why do we still care? Because they represent the peak of human potential through collective effort. They humble our modern arrogance, no steel, no computers, yet built to endure. Quarry, transport, lift, millions of blocks, some up to 80 tons, tens of thousands organized, one precise plan over decades, a mega project masterclass. Their shape still inspires, from Paris to Las Vegas. Stability, permanence, mystery. The pharaohs sought immortality, and in a way, they succeeded. Their names are still spoken. Have we solved the puzzle? Not fully. We have many pieces, but the picture keeps evolving. Where is Khufu? How can such a vast pyramid be empty? What is the big void? A chamber, a gallery, or structural space? Which ramp system? Each theory has pros and cons, and no definitive making of papyrus. The pyramids ask us to be curious, to imagine a different world filled with people as ambitious and creative as we are.